Let me tell you about the effort paradox. You have to realize that this paradox runs your life. It is your brain telling you that you shouldn't be putting as much effort as you are putting in. But you have to understand that if you put more effort in, and here is the paradox, you will end up having to put in less effort. But you have to understand that this is a whole strategy. You have to put in so much effort in the beginning because that's when it matters the most. The first few steps are always the hardest. You have to understand that always when you take a break, you will have to start from the beginning. So understand that you shouldn't really take breaks in the daily habit that you are starting. But in the beginning, you don't have to treat it as a daily habit. You have to treat it as an hourly habit. You spend an hour building that habit so many times, so many repetitions, and you end up saving so much time because this will give you the effortless experience that you want. You see, you would do so much more if it took you no effort at all. If you felt like this was not hard, it was so easy that you could do it all day. If you felt that way, you already won because no matter what, you're gonna do it and you're not gonna take a break. You're gonna keep that skill. It just takes 5 minutes a day after you've put in the big effort. Then it just takes 5 minutes to hold that skill alive, to hold that inertia, that momentum alive. But you see, people do not realize this. They do not realize that their mind, their emotions, society, everything, their biology, their past, everything tells them that they shouldn't put in more effort, that it is futile. All you have to do is not do anything and everything will be manifested. It is so crazy to think that. It's not that way. All you have to do is actually put in as much effort as you can in the beginning so that you end up not having to put in effort in the end. So you don't have to put in effort later. That's exactly how you do things. But most people don't understand this because they put in far too little effort to learn this lesson, to learn that things don't have to feel hard. They do not have to feel like you are putting in so much effort because they do. That's the paradox. They put in too little effort to ever learn that things can be effortless. They do this in all areas of lives, but not in specifically the things that are hard. They don't end up starting businesses. They don't end up changing their lives. They do not end up having better results or having a better career because they don't put in the effort in the beginning. They do not do it. And that's the point. You have to realize that effort diminishes over time and it just keeps on diminishing until you get into the negative. You get into this feeling where you start gaining energy from the thing that you are doing as opposed to it taking energy. But if you put in the minimum amount of effort all the time, it will feel harder and harder and harder because you're not putting in enough effort to break through to the other side. You're just perpetuating this idea, this reality where you are always struggling. But you have to understand that things don't have to be like that. If you put in more and more and more effort, at some point, you will get used to it and it will feel like you are coasting. It will feel like you are going downhill on a beautiful ski resort. That's exactly how it will feel. But most people never get there. They just always climb the mountain, slowly climbing the mountain. never reaching the top and then going down and skiing. That's the point. It feels hard because you're not putting in enough effort to actually get to the mountaintop and then start rolling down, start skiing down. You have to realize that that's how it feels. And then if you stop the effort, daily effort, 5 minutes a day afterwards, it's just like skiing. If you stop it, then you have to climb up again. That's the point. That's what you have to realize. If you stop, you just have to climb up again and put effort again. If you stop the momentum, if you stop the inertia, it's just like a bike. Now you have to pedal again and again and again until you start coasting at a certain speed. And you don't really have to put in more effort. It takes more effort to start the bike than it is to roll it and start going, because you don't have any inertia. You do not have any momentum. As soon as you have momentum, all you have to do is just coast, and it becomes easier and easier to coast. And that's the point. Most people don't understand this. They do not understand that they have to put in more effort to get to the mountaintop and then start enjoying the way back down. They don't realize this. They don't realize that there is an experience of life where they don't feel like they're putting in any effort, like they're just enjoying, just happy, just doing things. And that's the point. This can be your experience of life. You do not have to struggle. You do not have to have things be hard. You can enjoy them. You can really be happy if you want. But understand that there is this pernicious thing that happens when you are lazy and you're not putting in effort and you're not doing this. You get to do nothing. That's the big prize that you get. You get to do nothing. That's why it's so enticing to not feel excited, to not feel happy, to not go on adventures, because it's so much easier to do exactly nothing, exactly whatever doesn't take any effort. So you have to understand that that's the prize. That's the big gift that you get for procrastinating. You get to do nothing. And that feels good because you're not really putting in effort. You're just coasting. But if you want to coast on a different direction, that's when you actually have to put in more effort than you ever imagined. And the more you wait, the more you put it off, the more you procrastinate, the more things are going to be harder. And you're going to have to put in more and more and more effort, because that resistance, that procrastination builds, and it becomes easier and easier and easier to not put in any effort.